Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of the Sikarika podcast. Today, here I am joined by Dom. So, how are you today, Dom?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I feel just good. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, Fenerbahce are out of the Europa League after losing 3-1 to Zenit in Russia. Uh, you know, um, this adventure didn't take a long time. So, unfortunately, this season. So, um, what are your thoughts about losing to Zenit 3-1?
It was obviously disappointing. I think over the two games, I think in the first one we should have scored more, but I think really in this game against Zenit we just weren't good enough. It was a pretty poor performance from us. Before when we first drew Zenit after we came out of the group stage, I thought, they'll beat us. We're having a terrible season.
Yeah.
But we showed that we probably were the better team. We just didn't play like it, and it's just unfortunate. And now there's nothing really to look forward to in the season much anymore. It's just league games, and then it'll end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're just waiting for this season to be over, to be honest, right? Because now, going for league title, no Turkish Cup, no Europa League. So I think, all of Fenerbahce fans just expect this season to finish as soon as possible, and look forward to the next season.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you said, in my opinion, we were the better side against Zenit in Russia as well. And I agree with you. We should have scored more goals at the first leg, but unfortunately we couldn't. And we were the better side. But as always, we do this. We just can't learn our lessons in this case, doing simple easy mistakes. And then this cost us. As you see, this cost us really big. Now we are out of the Europa League. A simple mistake by Mehmet Topal, unfortunately, who was about to be man of the match, in my opinion. He was playing very good football. He scored a rally, and a screamer, and he did well in defense as well. But this mistake cost us, getting out of the Europa League. And I think our problem, when Zenit were going counter attack, there were maybe 5 or 6 footballers on our side, but when we were going for counter attack, we only had Moses. So this was a little bit annoying, in my opinion. So what do you think? This was also another problem that we lost to Zenit.
Yeah, I think like I said, this team just didn't really look like they wanted to win the game. I think even the goal we scored, obviously it was a wonder strike from Mehmet Topal, but it's sort of. It shows it wasn't a team goal really. He sort of created it himself. It was a bit more. So yeah, we did have a problem. I just think it's just disappointing. Obviously, Victor Moses did try, but he just didn't have the support, and it's kind of hard. So there's not much else to say really about it.
You just wanted to be over, just move on to other topic. Yeah, I don't like talking about this team because it always hurts. Seeing your team getting out of the Europa League. So let's act like we don't care about the Europa League. Yeah. Also, how do you like Ayev as a striker?
He didn't do any worse than Slimani has been doing. So yeah, I'd be fine for him to play there a few more times in the season. He's not. I've seen him play striker in the Premier League and beforehand. It's not. I think it's a all right tactic to use. Soldado can play as well.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, I think he was. As you said, Slimani, Ayev. Unfortunately, both or anyone else. We can't even play Roman as a striker because it doesn't work. We can't even score, so that doesn't matter in my opinion. Even let's just play Roman Neustadt and let's give him a chance as a striker. Maybe this will work out because we can score anyway. So yeah, I think I was I'm nothing very impressive in my opinion. He was just playing like Slimani style. I think that's what Arsenal wants from strikers. like Slimani was coming to get the ball in the midfield. So I was doing the same thing. Like we've seen this with Soldado too. He was always coming next to midfielders. To make more passes. So I was just not normal one in my opinion. Like we're not very impressive. But I would rather have Moses as a striker. Because as I remember, he had played as a striker when he was playing for Crystal Palace in the Premier League. I mean, that's how I remember. Maybe Moses will be better as a striker.
Yeah, I think he could play there, but I think it's we attack down the wing a lot, so it's probably important to have our strongest players on the wing. But in a way, that has actually caused me some annoyance over some matches. Like we run down the wing, we cross the ball into the box, and either no one's there or it's Slimani, and then he can't do anything with it, and it's just the same thing over and over again. It's hard to watch.
He just came in the second half of the series. He could have scored. Like he got his chance in the last minute. Remember he could have volley. He did a volley, but he just decided to pass it. That was ridiculous. That was like I was like, what is he doing? What's his own mind? That was, if you're a striker, you should just volley it. We just shoot it because you're in the box. No passing because you're a striker. I would understand if it were Mesut Ozil. Because he likes like passing assistant. But you should just have scored it one. I mean, at least you should have shot. Maybe it would have been a goal. I'm looking forward to see another striker next season. I think we will definitely get one, as I don't think Slimani will stay at Fenerbahce. And Soldado, I mean, I'm not sure about his future at the club, as his contract expires at the end of the season. So we got Frey, but I don't believe. I mean, the guy is a fighter, but I don't think he's good enough for us. He will be a good bench player, in my opinion.
I'm sure
not a starter. Maybe.
I'm sure, he will stay for us. But like you said, we will need a new striker in the summer.
I believe we will get one, as I think Soldado will leave as well, because because of the money he earns from Fenerbahce. That's huge. So as we are facing financial problems, so I think we will say goodbye to him at the end of the season. So by the way, did you see that one tall guy who went in the second half? We just started to play with the ball more. He was like, it looks like he is the guy we were looking for, especially this season in the midfield. I hope he will help us to win more matches before the season is over. So now, as we are finished about Europa League, and now we get back to the Turkish Super League, and it's a derby coming soon. We will play against Beşiktaş at Vodafone Park at their stadium. And let's remember, we are the first team that beat them in their own stadium. Let's not forget about that one. I just wanted to mention it. We played against Beşiktaş in the Super League, and of the last 28 matches, we just lost 5 of them. That's really great stats. 15 wins, 9 draws out of 29 matches. That's very good stats. And we just lost 5, and all of them are away matches in their stadium. So what do you expect from this derby, Dom?
It's going to be a very tough game for us. I'm quite nervous, but also excited because we don't know what's going to happen in these kind of games. But like I said earlier, all we have now is these league matches, and there's just 3 that I hope I don't want to lose, and that's Beşiktaş, Galatasaray, and then Trabzon. And then it doesn't really matter about the other games to me. These are like what I'm.
Yeah, this season is a little bit different in my opinion, because we have to also win a few matches to stay in the league, man. Those 3.
Obviously.
Unfortunately, I'm very sad to say that. By the way.
Yeah, well, it's a different experience, I don't know how it is in Turkey, but in England there's quite a big thing where they say, "Oh, you're a glory hunter if you support big teams," you know.
Yeah.
And but now we can say, well, we saw our team in relegation battle, like
So yeah, punch them in the face, bro. Yeah, that's true. Like, but very, very. I mean, I don't know what to say about this situation because Fenerbahce is like definitely a top club in Europe and one of the best teams in Turkey. Definitely the best in my opinion. But fighting for relegation zone, and this is really sad to say this, and we have to be careful because our opponents in the relegation zone, they are doing well, especially Rizespor. They won. I mean, they were terrible. They were at the down in the first half of the season, but now they are 11th, and they won 5 of their last 6 matches.
Yeah.
And we are going to play against them in our home after Beşiktaş derby. So yeah, I mean, this is where derby matches, you never know what's going to happen, right? So always different atmospheres, and definitely a tough match because Beşiktaş started playing good football, and but the good thing for us, Laiç will not be playing because he's suspended, and he's a class player. Let's say this. So I think, but I don't think, you know what, I don't know, but I don't know if you will agree with me, but I don't think we will lose against Beşiktaş. Of course, I will say this as a Fenerbahce fan, but I have a feeling like that, and I think we will get a draw there. Even we will get a win, but I think most likely we will get a draw, and this will mean a lot, because the team needs moral because we are out of the Europa League and definitely need a moral, and this is the match we should be really using all our strengths, our beliefs, and I hope we will get points against Beşiktaş.
No, I agree. I think a draw is within our capabilities. I think like the team can. I think they need to step it up after the game against Zenit. We've seen some good performances under Ersun Yanal, so I think we definitely can get a draw. We could, like you said, possibly get a win, or we could even lose, but we'll see what happens.
So, but the difficult stats. Last 8 matches in the Super League of Fenerbahce, in away matches, we couldn't get a win. In the last 8 away matches, 4 draws, 4 losses. So I mean, when you look at stats, it's unlikely for us to get a win. But we don't care about stats. It's derby match. You never know what's going to happen. So I believe, I don't think Ersun Yanal will use Slimani anymore as a starter. I think he will be a bench player before, and when the season is over, he will leave the club. So it is for sure Soldado will get a chance. So when Soldado plays against Beşiktaş, he's like a little bit aggressive. I remember last Beşiktaş derby he played for, and he was always getting himself into problems. He was having problems with Pepe, and when Togar was playing there, he was having problem with him. So I think Soldado should be careful because he's a player who could get a red card easily. But I think he has learned his lessons when he got sent off last match. So do you expect Soldado to score a goal against Beşiktaş? Or I mean, let me say, what was your score prediction actually? Let me ask this first.
Well, I guess, it's important to be confident. So I think maybe a repeat of what happened earlier in the season. We can say a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, this is like, if I were about to bet this match, I would definitely bet for 1-1. This is the score I believe would happen, but very different atmosphere. And also Burak Yılmaz, a similar phase. He also played for Fenerbahce, not long time. And he when he plays against Fenerbahce, he always gets himself a goal. So very dangerous player to look for. And I think Sadık and Martin Şükürtel will be start. They became a good duo, right? Because some people had doubts on Sadık Çiftpınar when we signed him. They were thinking maybe he wouldn't do well next to Skirtle and he wouldn't have had this much high potential. But it looks like he improved them wrong and he's doing very well. And I think very good transfer.
Yeah, I agree. He's clearly a great defender, and you can see he contributed a lot to Malatya's success. And I think they feel the loss of him. And obviously, he's improved our defence a lot as well. He's a real fighter, and he's a great defender. Like you, I have confidence in him, and yeah, he'll definitely be up to standard to deal with the attacks Beşiktaş throw at us. So yeah, him and Skirtle, I have trust in them as defenders.
So do you think we will see Volkan Demirel as a goalie?
I don't think we should. I think as I've said sort of throughout the season, I prefer Harun. I think he's a lot safer as a goalkeeper. He saved a penalty against Zenit as well recently.
He did very well against Zenit in the second leg, in Russia. Yeah, he saved some good shots. Yeah.
But yeah, I think obviously, there's sometimes everyone says Volkan is a bit of a different player when it comes to
derby matches, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we'll play with him, but I just if he were to play and then we'd lose because he didn't dive for the ball or something, then I would
right.
Just be very disappointed.
Sometimes he does like crazy stuff, on the pitch. You just like what is he doing?
He's more of an entertainer than a footballer.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's why we should need him in especially like it will be most likely on the bench, but I will just keep Volkan Demirel to mess with Beşiktaş fans. He loves driving them crazy. So Ersun Yanal loves using Isla and Drar combination on the right side of the pitch. So we also got Ayev and Moses, and we say Soldado most likely will start against Beşiktaş. So there's only two options, Ayev or Moses. I think one of them will be on the bench. So who do you think?
Well, I think obviously Moses is probably the better of the two. He's good at attacking player, but I think maybe I don't mind so much even if he comes off the bench, because then he's suddenly becomes this new problem for the other team to deal with, because he's fast. He really runs at the players he wants to attack. So I think he's because he's a player on that level. I don't really mind when he comes into the match, because I feel like his impact is the same. It's nice to see him play for 90 minutes, but we'll see what the lineup is.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't mind if Moses stays on the bench, and because when he comes in, he will definitely make some big problems for the opponent, and he's fast and strong, and this would make Beşiktaş, if Beşiktaş were attacking, this would LDB stop him, but Beşiktaş to be careful. Like they will be say like we should be careful while they are attacking. But the fans aren't happy with Ayev. We know that, and they will be like pushing Moses to start. I believe Moses will be starting against Beşiktaş tomorrow. I mean on Monday. Because not just because of the fans, also Ayev will be dangerous when he comes on off the bench as well. That's what I think. It will just cause a little bit problems to the opponent. That's what I think. I think Moses will be starting. Let's hope we'll get a win against Beşiktaş. It will be very helpful for us, and when we look at Turkish Super League table, not doing well, and I hope this is very it hurts to say this, but I hope we will manage to stay on the league. But I believe this is just also connected a little bit with maybe politics, because when our coach just did some speech, so he was just maybe pointing this as well. We will definitely keep this to talk about with special guests on the next episodes. So I shouldn't talk too much. You will not see me free tomorrow. Yeah, I will be just in the prison. Nah, just joking. So thank you. Yeah, let's just finish this episode, man. I'm just getting into trouble. Thank you for, yeah, thank you for joining me, Dom. It was a pleasure to have you on the show.
Of course, same to you.
Yeah, and thanks to all our listeners, and hope we will get a win against Beşiktaş. We just need to believe in the team and support till the end. And see you in the next episode. Peace out, people.
Goodbye.